Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? No. Can you see me and can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and you can see me, right? I don't know what happened a while ago, but can you guys actually hear me now? Brilliant. Lovely. Fantastic. Okay. You can see me and you can hear me. Friends, a while ago when I logged in, guys, I could see no comments and you said the sound was not working. So um I don't know what happened, but hey, I am here. Welcome to my live. If you are new to my channel, we have a few things to discuss. Like I was saying, I was hailing up everybody. Now I've got hailing up all over again. Big up yourself. Faith Bell, Walkabout TV, Shauna Geddes, JM Press. It is what it is. Yes, we back. Carol, what's up? It is what it is. Yeah, no, that is it. We can't deal with your name change them, Pottinger Naturals, big up yourself. And as Marencha Don said, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you are new to show appreciation. I can only apologize for that, but sometimes you know what it's like. Technicalities, technicalities. Donna Lawrence, big up yourself. Carol, Island Breeze, Crystal Edwards, Teas Mixed Plate, Foxy Anley, Katie Baby, let me see. Sister Yvette, loud and clear. Lovely. Is that Shauna Geddes? Big up yourself. Kimmy, big up yourself. Diana Rochester, Green Lettuce, Debbie Reed, Natalie, and Margaret. Um, Margaret Hendrick says, "Good evening, HTK. Blessings to you. I'm only here because it's your channel. Sick my stomach to even see that man name. I try my hardest not to give it no oxygen. And there won't be much oxygen spent on it, to be perfectly honest. CMR is going to be a minimal part of this show. I have kind of moved on from him because he is just a hopeless case. You know what I'm saying? Um, and there's not much else that can be said about it. As long as that child is safe, that's all we care about. We really don't care about CMR. So when somebody came in my comments, I was advertising that I was going to do this live, and somebody came up underneath the post talking about, oh, um it's CMR is a really good father, and I'm just like, who gives a flying frig? Why are you telling me this? And was my title about him being a good father or about him being a good man? There's a very big difference. And likewise, this is not a CMR friendly channel. I say that with my full chest. So you need to hop, skip, and jump and go elsewhere if that's what you want to celebrate. We not celebrate that. You understand? Yeah. So nobody try get it twisted, right? Don't get it twisted, mate. You understand? Love, light, and peace, Lala. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Messi, big up yourself. Kate Downer, big up your nice, clean self. Jalicia, I see you too. Yeah, he's been too quiet. I don't think he's been quiet. I just think he's been, when something is just simmering and just, waiting to present itself. That's all that is. It's keeping out of the eagle's eye, while still carrying on with the mess in many ways where CMR is concerned. So don't take that for granted. As soon as he finishes his his uh, his therapy for his addiction to younger flesh and his inappropriate behavior and his lack of accountability, then no doubt he will start to present himself in, a lot more. Hmm. Yes. So we wanted to cover a few topics tonight, but there was one that, boy, people, I saw the headline and everything, and I saw it in the newspaper, first of all. And when I saw it in the newspaper, um, I said to myself, Almighty God, another Jamaican man in the headlines. And in Florida, no doubt. What's going on in the water in Florida anyway? Why is it that there's so many of these cases popping up from that particular state? I'd really like to know. But anyway, and I wanted to explore it some more before I came and did a presentation on it so that you guys could be aware of what the hell is going on. Um, it did take the wind out of me. I could not come live on the day. It was that heavy and that deep and that upsetting. And I tell you that this kind of blogging is not for the weak spirited. It's not for people um, who feel the emotions, and I tend to feel quite a lot. And just by the empathy alone, it drains you, right? So I did have to take that 1 day break, but I was going to come live yesterday, and as I was saying, Mr. Sar had other plans. And the wife's got to do what a wife's got to do. So we didn't have time for social media yesterday. And we won't have time for social media tomorrow because, hello, it's Valentine's. So this weekend is going to be rocking. So I will not be around without apology. But I wanted to present you with the information in a way that you could get the full picture. So I'm going to show you this gentleman. His name in the entertainment industry is Murphy Prince, aka Capo. He's a popular reggae artist. He does live performances and has 3.3 million streams on Spotify, 683 followers on Spotify, 19.5K monthly listeners. And he has a strong market for his music in the Philippines and Argentina. So we're talking about a fairly successful, yet not infamous, because he's not a celebrity. He's done pretty well considering his niche. And to think that somebody with all that is capable of the case that I'm about to break down to you is crazy to me. But not so much, because I'm telling you that in our country, we really and truly have got a problem. We've really got a problem with the mindset and the mentality of our men and our women when it comes to predatory behavior and how it affects minors. And it is one of the most taboo areas of illicit relationships that our country has yet to find a way to tackle and to knock it on the head. We would rather keep silent about it, pray about it, talk about God where it's concerned. And in many cases, silence the victims and try to make sure that people don't talk. People don't know about the dirty secrets. And when you see somebody will look like this, hold on them, I gotta pull him up for you. So you can see him for yourself. There he is. Yeah? It's not bad looking, is he? Very handsome black man. Yeah. You can see how many streams he's had for just that one track, One More Nights. Yeah, he's doing fairly well. That's the most popular song he has, One More Night. But the rest are not doing too badly at all. And then he has this one here, Sensimia, 3.9K streams. The guy's not doing too badly. Yeah? This is Andrew Hansen. He is known as Capo by some. He performs on live performances in Florida. And I'm telling you, people, when I say to you guys that this brother, yeah, you would have think so this brother, yeah, have better things to do. But me gonna show you something else. He's from a single parent household, from what I can see. His mother was a teacher, very popular teacher, right? I believe it's Clarendon them come from. And he has a wife. She's beautiful. Yeah, very, very pretty wife. Now, it is my understanding that this a brother, yeah, you're nervous for hear. Listen, I'm nervous for tell the story because when me tell you, so when me read the case, my belly fall up. My belly fall up because I couldn't believe what me I read. Yes, that's right, Lala. Right? But don't rush ahead of the class because you don't want to miss important details. When me tell you, so my belly fall up when me see it, me said, Lord Jesus, how me I go tackle this? Because when I tell you, so the details are graphic, but I'm going to have to do it as tactfully as possible. You understand? So, when I said to you that he has a beautiful wife, so let me show you what's popping. They're not very wise because they haven't closed down the Facebook page of the man, which is more than foolish, really, because he would have think say he would have done exactly that. But I guess everything happened too quickly, and no doubt his mobile phone was confiscated as a part of the procedures of the forensic investigation, because the mobile phone played a very key part in the development of the relationship with the minor, right? Um, that was his main way of setting up meetings, etc. So I'm going to show you his Facebook page because you know me, I believe in fully exposing these bastards, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So that's him on Facebook. There's his wife. Yes, Mama, you have to go get tied into it too, because two become one. You see me? Yeah. So that's his wife. Lovely girl. Very pretty. I'm not going to scroll too far down because then you're going to start to see kids, and I'm not putting them on here. But he has some sons. He has grown sons, big boys. He has big boys, right? Big boys he has. You understand? Look very successful, don't it? Look on him. Brother not ugly. Look at him. This a brother you coulda get more or less any girl him put in mind to. More or less. Any girl him put in mind to. With all the success and everything that he's got going on. Hmm? Just looks so unassuming. You would never think. Looks so happy with his wife here. My have a wife Facebook too, but me not put she up. She is just caught as a result of the circumstances. But we never eliminate the fact that sometimes wives and mothers can be aware. You understand? So this are the brother, yeah. I rep the Jamaican at. hmm And I'm going to now break down the details of the case. Oh, I read them. I read them, Linda G. I know it was a very difficult read. It was a very, very difficult read, but I'm going to break down what the article said, and then I'm going to show you the court documents, and we're going to go through it. Because if that little girl can go through it, we can go through it. That's how I look at it. Can you hear me now? Is the sound gone again, guys? Or can you hear me? Are you hearing me now? The devil don't want his dirty deeds exposed. Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. No, it's not just you. Okay, you can hear me now? Can you hear me now? Still no sound? Still no sound. Oh, okay, you can hear me now. All right. I don't know because there's a way for me to take my camera off because I want to share this thing and I don't. All right, tell you what. Let me just do it like this. Hang on. And then you can just hear my voice. All right, cool. All right, let's just do it like this. You're hearing. Okay. All right. So, like I was saying, the first thing that caught my attention was this article that was in the CBS12.com news. So when I saw the article, I'm going to show you exactly why it is that I decided not to take out the wife's picture because normally I would go out of my way to protect family members who sometimes them get caught up in these things and it's not really their fault, etc., etc. But in this case there was a red flag here, and when I saw the red flag I said to myself, so no sir, what? No, then this not make no sense to me. You understand? So let me just share the article with you guys, and then you see where I'm coming from. I'm going to share the article with you. Okay. Right. So in this article, it says here that the man is behind bars after essaying. Let me try and make this nice and big because I don't want you guys to not see the information. Let me choose the best screen. That's the best screen. Then is that the best screen? I hope so. Let's see. Let me see if I can make this even bigger. Right? How that look? And let me zoom. Yes, that's better. Okay. So, a man is behind bars after being accused of essaying a family member for the past 7 years. According to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Andrew Hansen has been doing this to the girl from 2018 to 2025. According to an arrest affidavit, the victim is now 18. Hansen is currently held at the Palm Beach County Jail. In an interview with the victim, she told investigators that the first incident of the assault began when she was an 11-year-old. Pay attention to this. While Hansen was bathing her, or bathing her as we would have said in Jamaica. So when me see this now, my head chip. My head chip and my head chip with reason feed for chip. You understand? Because under what circumstance, which summer, which holiday is an 11-year-old supposed to be getting bathed by their father? Or is it that the mother never noticed this? Now, I do have some questions because it is clear to me that this child may not necessarily be that woman's biological child. May not necessarily be the case. Because when I looked at her Facebook page, and that's the reason why I'm not showing her Facebook page because it is full of pictures of her and her little girl, the youngest. You understand? The youngest. And I think the youngest is either 3 or 4. And she refers to the little one as her baby. As her baby. You understand? And she does not have any pictures of his sons because he have some big son, And she does not include any pictures of this girl who is now 18 years old. She ain't physically disabled, my love. When you see her picture, this is a very ordinary young lady. She's not disabled, okay? Um and her picture is all over his Facebook. So if you want to have a look, you can have a look. Her picture is all over the Facebook, right? From she was growing up right up until she a big girl. So this is not a disabled girl who is incapable of managing herself. There's pictures of her outside, walking up and down. Da, 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 da. She's fully able. And I said to myself, how? How? How is a man bathing an 11-year-old? How? How? What, why? Why is this happening? Who is this considered normal? You understand? So, anyway, let's carry on reading. The affidavit continues that she had been living with Hanson since 2018. And that was the other thing that led me to think that this may not be this woman's child, right? That this is a stepdaughter. This is a child that was brought from Jamaica in the house, or brought from somewhere in the house. So this is not a child that him have from shit small coming up in the household. But the pictures I saw was from she was about 10, 11, right up until she 18. So it's clear that there is something there in that he did not have the bond with her from she was a baby like he had with the 4-year-old toddler. You understand? Planet Mom says, thank you so much for speaking about this. I know of the family and they're actually on my Facebook friends list. It's sick. It's sick how nobody from where he previously resided in Jamaica is speaking out. Yes. And when I tell you that, when I looked through and saw that his mother is a teacher, and everybody's like, oh, my favorite teacher, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's clear that this mother gave him all that she could to get him to where he's getting to. But this man has grown up in a damaged way, and something definitely happened. And this is what we need a lot of research done in, because there's so many Jamaican men who have this affliction that they literally cannot control themselves even with their own biological child. Right? Now, this is his biological daughter. This is not somebody else's daughter. This is his child. So it's on the basis of the fact that an 11-year-old was getting bathed. I am correct. I'm glad somebody who has personal knowledge is on the live. Yes, that has to be her stepchild. But stepmom was not vigilant. Stepmom, you were not vigilant, because your alarm bells should have went off something rapid if you ever caught an inkling of this grown-ass man trying to bath an 11-year-old girl. That is not acceptable. No matter what arguments could be presented, meaning that she nah be it good and all these things. This is not something that a man is supposed to do unless that child is incapable of helping themselves. And even so, it is not recommended that males handle little girls. Yes, it's not recommended. Right? So I wasn't very happy about even the scenario in which he was introduced to moments of intimacy with this little girl. Didn't like it at all. And I thought to myself, there's a lot of failings of adults in this situation. And it very much so includes the stepmother. It does. So there is some blame here to be accepted. So he's from Clarendon, as I said. So let me just put this up. According to Plant Mom, the Germs and his family are from Moko in a Clarendon. Hmm. Very inappropriate. So that was the article that caught my eye. So I decided to go and obviously investigate the case. And when I did that, um, then the whole lid blew up because I read the police report, which I'm about to share with you now. Okay. I'm asking you guys to like the live. Hold on a minute. How much likes up on the live before me go in at this, because we want this story to go far and wide because people need to be aware. They've gone very, very quiet. His last Facebook post, I believe, was about the 25th of January. She's locked hers, but at the end of the day, um, we want to make sure that the rest of the Jamaican community are aware of this case and that these members of this family, um, should anything happen, because we know that Trump don't play, we don't want this individual reintegrated into our island and Jamaican people not knowing about him. You understand? So, no man, like up the live, people. We're on 82 likes and over 200 of you are here. Please like up the live, right? Um, so it's acceptable in many Jamaican households from way back. Absolutely. Yes, regardless, she should have played a mother's role. It's very sad and despicable that this happens in the Caribbean. Very often. It's not, listen, it's becoming a daily incident. It's starting to become a daily situation because literally every time I pick up the paper, there is some nonsense. Literally every time I pick up the paper, people, may I read something. You understand? So let's get the lives up, please and thanks, so that we can go into the details of this case, right? I would like to share with you the court records so you have a full understanding of exactly how this kind of thing is handled in states like Florida. And I want you to understand that this is a pretty serious case indeed, because it's one thing to have a case of molestation. It's another thing where there is clear instances of, entering the physical, the down there. So when the entering starts, because I have to be careful how I use my language on YouTube, when the entering starts, it crosses over into the assault category. And then within that, it starts to be classified as a battery case, right? So, this individual has ended up um, being charged with the Florida statute, which is 794.0118. And that really is about charging somebody who is supposed to be in a position of parental guidance and familial supervisory role towards the victim. So that bond of trust is actually used as a position of authority in order to take advantage of the child. Now, if, for example, he had made advances to her and nothing had come of it, then it would have just rendered him with a fine of say about $5,000, and his prison sentence would have been um, the minimum. Basically, he would have ended up with about 5 years in prison, and that would have been classified as a third-degree felony. But that's if he had just spoke it and or tried it and it never gone nowhere. But you see, if it moves beyond solicitation to the actual act, it is ranked as a level 9. And that is one of the highest in terms of the punishments that can be issued for committing such an act. So, as a result of this, the maximum sentence is life. It's life, and it goes to a first degree felony charge status. So it's not something that will be taken very lightly. Now, what is particularly important about this case is that he actually confessed. So he did not try to lie his way out, at least you can give him that. That he realized that he was doing something completely wrong and he took accountability, took responsibility for what he did. And he seems as though he was willing to face his punishment. And for that, we can at least say that he's better than CMR. Hmm. Because he now knows he can no longer run, he can no longer hide, and he has to take the punishment that comes with his admission. So that is the main difference between him and CMR. He's not busy denying what he's done. So anyway, we're going to share the court documents now. Thank you very much, graduates, for liking up the live. I appreciate you. Don't forget to share this live as well, far and wide. I need it in as many Jamaican communities as possible because these are the kind of people who will come back into our communities and exist amongst us with these illnesses that are not easily fixed. And like I said, given the circumstances, given the circumstances of America now, I would not be surprised if they start to um, get rid of, deport even legal citizens who were originally from an outside country when they start to commit certain felons in the United States of America. And this is how these people can end up right back on your doorstep. And because it's being kept quiet and hush hush like this family is, and they're not outwardly condemning his actions, you can imagine that the cycle can continue. All right. Right. Let me scroll this up in a way that hides his date of birth. Um, don't want that out here. And I believe I should be able to share this now. Hold on. Hmm. Okay. I have to take a deep breath. Because Jaja, that one, yeah. Okay, let's go. Say a few Hail Marys if you believe in such before we go down this line, yeah. But I want you to understand just how sick these people are. I wonder too, he could have been, but it just points to the fact that we have such a lot of work to do. All right, give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. I'm going to hide my camera because I need you focusing on this. And let me just get rid of this comment here. All right, so that it's nice and clear. Okay. Certain words I'm not going to be able to say. So I will have to skip over certain words for the sake of being on YouTube. Right? Give me a thumbs up. Can we all see my screen? Beautiful. All right, we're going to go into it. Lord Jesus. So he was basically arrested on the 30th of January, 2025 at 9:54 p.m. Um, but an investigation clearly took place leading up to this day. You can see here from the X that's marked here that he has confessed and admitted to the facts below. And that the investigation has led to them being fairly certain that he ought to be charged. If I scroll up a little bit more, there's all the redactions, but it clearly says that the charge is familial for the battery. And it goes on to say that he's unemployed as his occupation. So I don't know what happened with his music industry, but it seems to have taken a pause of some type. But anyway, let's read it together. On the 16th, I have to keep remembering that this is American date, 16th of January, I was assigned a SB case in which 18-year-old, and that's her name, reported having been SB'd by her 50-year-old father, and the name. The incident was said to have been ongoing since approximately 2018, with the most recent incident having occurred on the 4th of January 2025 at 0800 hours. So-and-so provided a recorded sworn statement on the 16th of January 2025 at 5:45 hours where she told me the following. She confirmed that she currently resides with the dad and has lived with him since 2018. She said that the first SA incident began just shortly after moving in with him and have occurred on a monthly basis since then. She described the first incident as having occurred when she was 11 years old, while said man was bathing her. During the bath, he suddenly began making unusual comments to her about her picha being a clean part of the body. While she was in the bedroom after the bath, she said that he asked her if she wanted him to show her in reference to her picha being a clean part of the body. From there, the father began to use his lickety lick down there. Wanna see? Because I can't say it as it right, Wanna look, Wanna read, Wanna see? Wanna see what the man do? Jesus Christ. As the picnic reached Linda, the man never even gave her a year breeze. As the picnic reached Ashilan, he starts. He starts. Anyway, let us continue. On a later occasion, on an unknown date or time while living at the same address, she told me about a time where she was asleep in her bedroom and was awoken by the man licking the picha. She said he also had the entrance with her on this occasion, which she describes as you can see, things are going at things. She told me the most recent took place on the 4th of January at 0800 hours at her home address inside her bedroom. She remembers this date and time because she said him, it's probably the brothers and the wife were out of town, leaving her alone with him. She remembers being woken up by him at 0800 hours after he had entered her bedroom and tried getting into bed with her. He told her that he wanted to do it, which said is how he refers to the act of the entrance. She said she responded by telling him, I don't want to do it, as she tried to push him off away from her. However, the girl said the father forcefully proceeded to use his hands to touch the picha. Next, the father used his hands to take her blue shorts off of her After he removed the shorts, he then decided to go down and eat the pizza while she lay on her back in bed. Next, she said that he left her bedroom to retrieve what she believes was a CD. Upon returning into the bedroom, she recalls covering her face with her bedsheet, while such man proceeded to use his parts to have entrance, while she remained lying on her back. You know, hear all of that? Hmm. I'm going to go into what he said now. Have mercy, God, have mercy, Father. Now, I don't know if this girl's biological mother is alive. I don't know if this girl's biological mother is alive to backside. And if this girl's biological mother they are Jamaica or if she they are foreign or what, but if I can imagine how she will want take that brother your 3 point. You can just imagine the embarrassments. You can imagine the embarrassments, eh? When it comes to the wife. Hmm? No, I am wondering because when I looked at her page, I said to myself, hold on. I wonder if this woman is blaming this girl because she not put up no picture of his previous kids. It's just her little baby. Just her little baby. And it kind of gave me the impression that there wasn't much of a bond between her and those kids. Because why would you only show off the little baby? And she'll have a video of him dancing with the little girl. You understand? But there is no image of the other children present at all. It does make me wonder why she has even him up with her child if she is not busy blaming. As a matter of fact, you know something? Let me just bust this. Hold on. Because the more me think about it, the more me think say, this woman not really a stand up with them picnic because them are no fair kids. Syria. Yeah, we're gonna show it. And the reason why I'm going to show it, is because she has showed the man on her page. She not hide him. She seemed to be very happy for sure say him a dance with her baby. Syria. This is she. Yeah. See him there dance with the baby. See him there? A dance with the little girl. See him there? The little girl looks very different now, so but that is hers. That right there. That is hers. Because she's much older. Those pictures are very old and that video is very old. That is her. And she has this man dancing with him. Dance, 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 dance. Hmm. Now, where people make a blur, that's when me done. But I wanted you to see for yourself. She not hiding him. She not embarrassed of him at all. She not embarrassed of the fact that she has been impregnated by him. And it makes me wonder if this is another case of the stepmother blaming that girl and saying that she's a liar. I mean, the case is still open. There's more investigations taking place and there's more forensics to be done. But at the end of the day, the man confessed. The man confessed. And you know what else as well, graduates, it became clear that the little girl started to actually go along with it and enjoy it, which happens. Does it make her guilty? It happens because there's a whole confusion, a confused bond, because this is somebody you're supposed to love who is loving you in the wrong way. But let me carry on reading the rest of this statement with you so you can hear for yourself what the father said. Like up the live, people. Like up the live so that we can bump up the algorithms. That is the main purpose of liking up the live, right? So that YouTube can let other people know that we're here. All right. So it was noted that the events would typically occur inside of the vehicle while parked downstairs in the parking lot of their apartment complex, while other times the events will occur inside of their apartment in the bathroom, depending on whether or not the wife was home. He explained that it is a regular occurrence where she would be in the room between 0200 hours and 0300 hours, and she'd receive a text message from the man instructing her to meet him in the parking lot downstairs as he's arriving home from work. So we're talking about 0200 to 0300 hours at night. Yeah? His wife is inside, I'm presuming. And this little girl is allowed to exit the house. Do you see why I've got such question marks over this man's wife? She's allowed to go outside at that time. Nobody is aware of it. And so between 0200 hours, 0300 hours, she'd receive a text message instructing her to meet him in the parking lot downstairs as he's arriving from work at night. She said that when she receives text messages like this from him, she already knows what it will mean for her, explaining to the officer that she will be expected to do with the man inside of his vehicle once downstairs in the parking lot. When she complies and meets him downstairs in the parking lot, she said that she's required to enter his vehicle, where he then drives around the apartment complex until he can find a dark location to park. Once the man parks his vehicle, the girl told the officer that such man would typically have entrance with her. After having entrance inside of his vehicle, the girl said that prior to returning back upstairs, he instructs her to delete all of the text messages from him in which he requests for her to meet him outside. She said that this included a text message that she received from him where he requests that she meet him downstairs in the parking lot. And she replies by telling him that she's unable to due to her currently being on her period. She explained to the officer that such man will not have entrance with her while she's on her period. Upon review of several screenshots provided to the officer by the girl, I observed text messages sent to her on the 24th of February 2024 at 02:45 hours from a contact number saved as whatever. The text message reads, "I'm here and come up by the top gate." On I observed, it says here, I observed an additional text message sent to such and such cell phone on the 23rd of August 2024 at 02:40 hours in which the contact number saved as so and so said, "I'm outside." Lastly, I observed additional text messages sent to the cell phone on August 22nd of an unknown year at 03:30 hours in which the contact number saved as so and so asks outside or bathroom and what you wanna do, in which the girl replies, bathroom. It should also be noted that the screenshots provided by the girl showed several notifications of messages being deleted. All right. Middle of the night. So listen, Cocoa Puffs. Exactly. This is how it started when she was 11. By 2024, she was 17. They said or 18 plus because 2025 now when the arrest and so is taking place, she's 18, right? So when this part was happening last year, she would have been around 17. But it started from she was 11. And usually, she said the occurrences took place outside in the car. I am saying, as a mother, you are hypersensitive to your children at a young age, going in and out of the house. You become less sensitive to it as they get older and mature into young adults because they start to have their own space and their own willpower and their own little friends to go hang out with and so on. And the most you will expect is for them to tell you that them gone out a road. And if them going out for a party and so them just say, can I go to this party? You say yes, you say no, whatever. And they go and you either arrange to pick them up or have them dropped home or whatever. Right? So things get more relaxed as they get older. So I can understand a mother probably not flinching if she hears her 17-year-old going through the door, her 18-year-old going through the door at 2 o'clock, 2:30. Um, but I would still want to know. I personally am that protective. I'm still overprotective of my teenagers. No matter how big them is. I want to know everything. And I fret and worry about the eldest, the older of the two that I have. Because it's like anything can reach them out a road. Anything can reach them out there. You understand? But what I'm trying to say is that how is it? Hey, big up yourself, producer Wayne Global TV. Good evening, bro. Good evening. How is it that this child can just go in and out of the house like that, and it not coming like nothing? You understand? And nobody don't hear the door click, and nobody no notice. Me no know. Me sleep too light with my kids like that. As them even get off to go bathroom or toilet me here in the wee hours of the morning. But anyway, this is what the case was. And now we're going to go into, so those are the workings of what took place, how it was done, how the mobile phone was used as a crucial means of communication between perpetrator and victim. Um, and now we're going to go into the conversations that happened later with him. At approximately 1901 hours, a sworn audio and video recorded interview was conducted with the witness. He confirmed to me that when he and the little girl were approximately 11 years old and 12 years old, so this is no. Actually, this is a witness. Hold on, the people. I'm getting this wrong. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute there. Hold on, hold on. This right here sounds like it was the key witness. Yep, it sounds like it was the key witness. Okay, listen. This is a witness. This is a witness. So I don't know who this witness was, people. I don't know if this witness was one of the siblings or an outside relative or friend, but somebody is a witness. Because it's a male, it's not a female. Okay? So this part was a little bit confusing when I read it first because I was like, who is this person? So at approximately 1901 hours, a sworn audio and video recorded interview was conducted with witness so and so. So and so confirmed to me that when he and so were approximately 11 years old and 12. So I am thinking this must be a brother. If it's not a brother, it could be a friend. So I don't want to jump to conclusions. But anyway, the fact that they were so close in age makes me wonder. Anyway, it looked like the little girl had reported to him that she had been SB'd by the dad. The young man said, or the man said, that the little girl told him that the SB had occurred when the father was bathing her. Sometime between 2020 and 2021, the young man said that the girl, I'm filling in the gaps, brought the matter up again after she had received text messages from the dad. So I must one of the brother them this. You understand? Because it's like it happened so close. So she get the text message and she can just turn and tell the person it's must one of our siblings. She tell her. Upon review of the text messages, the young man said that he observed messages sent from the father in which he was trying to persuade the girl to do the do with him. The young man further explained that he saw text messages sent from the dad around 0200 hours and 0300 hours, where he tells the girl to come downstairs to the parking lot. Sometime between 2023 and 2024, the young man said that the girl has brought the matter up to him several more times, telling him that the father was continuing to use force to do the do with the girl. The young man recalled the young girl most recently having reported a SB incident to him upon his return from a family trip, telling him that it happened on the 4th of January 2025 while she was home alone with the father. On the 30th of January 2025, I made contact with the young man who agreed to provide a non-custodial recorded sworn statement. And it's fully redacted because this is also a sibling and he needs to be protected. Lord Jesus. Oh my gosh. Mm. You can just imagine the burden that this little boy had. You can imagine the conflicted emotions looking at the father who is supposed to be your mentor, your example of what manhood is supposed to be, your protector, your guide, your provider. You know how conflicted and disturbed this young man is now going to be, that will take years of undoing. You know how he's going to feel guilty that he never said something from the first occasion that she disclosed when he would have been a child himself. This not normal, people. This not normal. Hmm. But it's not the wife. Because it said that they were 11 years old and she was 12, which means that these were siblings. These are either siblings or is a childhood friend. That's why I'm saying that it could be a childhood friend, but given the fact that, certain incidences was happening and it was happening kind of like, right by the person, I'm just thinking about that immediate access would either have to be a friend in school or it would have to be a sibling. But either way you take it, the reactions are going to be the same. They're both children, right? And they're both sharing these disclosures. And no doubt there's going to be a huge amount of guilt on that person's mind. But now that it has come out, this person is more than willing to put a statement down, but it is fully redacted for that person's safety and security. All right. Now this is the father's part, right? So now when I like up the life, we're going to the father part now. That's I'm telling us that the CMR thing are the least of my concern, because CMR can be helped. And we have to focus on all the other children, all the other young people, the juveniles that are suffering in our country, right? Because either way you take it, at least his children are not necessarily suffering because they're with the mother, and we can only hope that she's doing right by them. But I will address CMR shortly. Trust and believe, because him go on with himself in him last video, and you can see say when me say bite him, but a good CMR, me want to bite you anyway. And Embry says we have to teach our kids, no matter who it is, that's them. It's okay to tell the police, to tell a school counselor, to tell someone else outside of the home. Yes. But we generally train our children, do not talk to agents, do not talk to the government, do you want to, and we threaten them with, so you want social services take you where you go live with white people, you think them a go love you like we, you want them take you and put you in the system and fling you in a foster home, not even a Xbox you go have. And them kind of things that we tell children culturally that basically shuts them up and stops them from disclosing. But anyway, and also obviously the reaction after a disclosure is made and you find out about it, lots of parents want to use that as an opportunity to give corporal punishment. And it no work in a big foreign because that alone a jail sentence. All right. Upon speaking with the father, further, he confirmed having sent the daughter several text messages in which he tells her to meet him in the parking lot, where he said they often had entrance inside of his vehicle. The father recalled incidents in which the daughter replied to his text to tell him that she could not have entrance with him because she was on her period, stating that he would not require her to have entrance with him on those occasions. The father told the officer that the last time he had entrance with the daughter was sometime in January while his wife and family were out of town. The father described entering the daughter's bedroom and getting inside of the bed with her. From there, he said he began to feel her up. He even asked the daughter if he could have entrance with her one last time. The daughter said, or rather, the father said, the daughter replied no. The father said, despite the daughter saying no more, they proceeded to have entrance again. The father said that the daughter was laying on her back in the bed while he was on top. Based on the above statements, the officer finds probable cause exists to charge the defendant with 2 counts of SB familial, as the man did unlawfully engage in an act that would be SB with his daughter, a child 12 years of age or older, but less than 18 years of age, while the father was in a position of familial and custodial authority over the daughter by uniting his mouth and his tongue with her downstairs, contrary to Florida Statute 794.0118b. And 1 count to be added of SB as the daughter, a person 18 years of age or older, did commit SB upon a person 18 years of age or older without their consent. So he gets the charge for when she was little. And then on the occasion where she said no and he still proceeded to, it was then against her wishes. So then the without consent part is given a separate charge, right? And in the process, therefore, did not use physical force and violence likely to cause serious personal injury. So it wasn't one that caused serious personal injury, but it was without the daughter's consent. First one is a first degree. The first 2 counts is a first degree felony. The second one is a second degree felony. It's a level 9 and level 8 set of charges. This man, once this is fully investigated and this man go before the court, people, you better believe that this man I go to jail probably for life. And if Trump start ramp up the situation, just try and know say this individual probably will end up right back in a Jamaica if you come mix and mingle. We don't know. That me I tell you, you know. And I really and truly wonder if you're ready for that. Sometimes I don't like jungle justice because jungle justice does not take into account witnesses, it doesn't take into account many things, but it sometimes brings a swift end to particularly evil criminals who have caused great damage and harm. Saves the taxpayers a lot of money. You understand? But anyway, as a part of his conditions, um, he has been ordered to have no contact with the victim as a bond condition. The court ordered a bond. For count three, he was given a bond. He was given no bond for counts one and two, but he was given a bond for count three, which is 50,000. But he was still in a jail because obviously he can't partly out of the jail and partly in. You understand? So he's on top of being in jail, he's still got to pay a $50,000 bond. But he cannot have any contact with the victim. He cannot have any contact with anyone under the age of 18. He cannot have any contact, and a no contact order has been filed, right? Um, so he has to stay away from all minors, and he has to stay away from the victim. That is how dangerous they are viewing, they're perceiving this case. I'm going to show his picture again because I don't want to forget what him look like and who him is. You understand? I want you guys to remember exactly what him look like and exactly who him is. Which is right. Let me search. So let me search. Let me share this. There he is. Andrew Hansen, Murphy Prince. Full image. In a broad daylight. And so him look familiar. I mean, I don't know why him look familiar to me. Him look very familiar to me. Very, very familiar. He's also called Capo. Yeah. Those are his hit songs. Why would a man like a this have such a sickness is beyond me. But it goes to show you that these illnesses have no face, no age. They just have that propensity. They're just built like that. Yeah, I did say that his last post was the 25th. It was actually the 26th. I wasn't that far off. And him start post about God. Ha! Hmm. Oh boy. That them always do, don't. When the crisis reach them, then start post about God. Right? See him there perform. I perform out live. The band, by the way, that he's performing with, um, has since put out a statement. I couldn't find the statement, but I don't think I looked hard enough. I wasn't that interested, to be honest. But they have put out a statement to say that they have no association with him anymore, right? And they do not condone his acts. So they have disconnected from him completely. And there is the wife. Um, I don't know how you feel, mom, but I think you were also very careless with the supervision of these children, particularly the supervision of the daughter. Um, it was not wise for you to go on holiday and leave that little girl in the care of her dad. And maybe because you could never imagine or ever fathom that an individual who is a biological father would do this to his own child. But I'm sure there were signs. There are always signs that you chose to ignore. And I'm only giving you part blame because we know that these people can be very conniving, very deceptive, very wicked. You understand? Um, and no doubt can lie their way out of anything. But just the mere fact that you still have this man's image up on your page, acting as though all is well, with him dancing with your little 4-year-old, really makes me question your ethics and whether or not you were, in fact, a good stepmother to those kids, or if you, in fact, blame the little girl for what took place. All right, free up on yourself a bit now. We could change gears. That was a heavy case, guys. Definitely a heavy case, but we can just give God thanks that it is now properly in the hands of the police and that it's an ongoing case. We're going to keep an eye on it. And we're going to keep an eye on the outcome of it. But we're going to change gears and lighten up yourself for a minute. We're going to CMR now because it's appropriate that we start talking about CMR after talking about this dirty man. Yeah. CMR, you know, stop trap word for the bloggers, them, you know, say it not do you no justice. CMR, you know, say you come out here and blog and stop throw word pan bloggers and make bloggers do what them for do and you just do what you for do, sir. Eh? But you will stop, will you? But anyway. So CMR him know. He came out and he did a video where he was addressing parenting. Yeah. And it was clear to me, CMR, that you were listening to my live. And you know, my graduates did say that that person that came on the live was you, you know. And I believe it now. Yes, I believe it. When the person came out and was busy defending and saying, please don't bash him if you love the kids, leave him alone, leave the mother alone. And we were like, hang on a minute, we're not bashing CMR. We're actually just talking about parenting. And here you are talking about bashing. That was one of the few lives where he got the least bashing. And at the moment somebody said that the person was CMR, the person run away. If you don't remember. So yeah, man, I Chrissy oneself that the wife, the man. Chrissy number two, you don't know vibes. Yeah, big up yourself, Vibe Studio. Yeah, man, I Chrissy number two that, because he still have a man a dance up and down on in Facebook page. That's why I show it. Can I say, but you know, when me I hide you for, you not hide him. No, sir. When me I hide him for, and she not hide so this damn dirty man. Dep on her page, I dance with her little baby before she get rid of all of them picture there and just put she and her baby one. But anyway, let me say no. So CMR do one vlog and him basically was talking about, you know, he gave a whole impassioned speech at the end, my loves, where he was talking about the importance of his children doing physical sports. It's very important to do physical sports. And he was like, oh, you know, just looking at this little young gun. Just like, dude, you don't realize that you're new to this. Yeah, some of us are very established, very experienced parents. Yes. When your kids get to university age, then you can talk to me. Maybe it's a matter of the new parents you're talking to. But anyway, me no say you watch my vlog and I it dig you. It get under your skin. So he came out and he was basically defending himself and his perspective, saying that, oh, well, if your child tells you they don't want to go to school, you're not going to tell them they can't go to school. Children will come out and they will even pretend to be sick to not go to school, etc., etc., etc. And you just don't allow them to do so. They have to be genuinely, truly not well before you allow them to do so. And I completely understand that and I completely agree with that. Because at the end of the day, academics and education is an essential part of life to ensure that our children are not disenfranchised, which means that we have to ensure they have the proper papers, the proper tools and qualifications that will help them to climb the social and economical ladder without, or at least with the least, impediments accessing careers, right? Yes. So, of course, when it comes to um academics and school, we're not gonna look upon them and say, no, you can't go. Right? We're not gonna do that. We're going to ensure. Exactly, V. Listen, I could not have said it any better. Right message, wrong messenger. We're going to ensure that our children go push through with our school, of course. And it is also very important that children do participate in physical activities, sports. It is a very important part of their development, and anybody with any common sense would not deny that. But you are such a narcissist. You are so up yourself and so up your own perspective and your own idealized parenting model that you have crossed the line into becoming a control freak. Yes, a control freak. You are of the impression that your children must and will do sports. But you know what was interesting about that little tirade that you did in your car? You gave the real reason. You gave the real reason, you know. The reason more than anything else that really bug you. And I'm gonna break it down in case people miss that. It wasn't so much about the discipline and the teamwork and the good attitude and all of that kind of thing. It wasn't so much about, those benefits, sportsmanship and, resilience and confidence and all, so much about that. It was more about the fact that your benefits from the military is going to Jay, who is the child that is first up to go to college, leaving your biological children without the benefits that are necessary to pay for them because she's the firstborn. And and it does make me wonder if that means that you have legally adopted her. But anyway, that's another story. But because then surely her surname would have changed from what it is to Carter. But anyway, but you also then went on to say that if your children are very good at sports, it is highly likely they don't have to be excellent, but as long as they're good, they can achieve scholarships that would relieve your financial burden of having to pay for them when it's time for them to go to college. So that is exactly what your focus was. Your focus was on not whether or not those kids enjoy it, not whether or not they want to do it. You are looking ahead. Exactly, Denisha. Exactly, right? You are looking ahead in terms of whether or not these children can manage to hold a scholarship to relieve your financial burden for their higher education. That's the most important thing for you. And how I know it's the most important thing for you because many and many times you kept going on about the fact that a scholarship got you to America and that these scholarships do exist. You said it so many times that it's clearly your most important feature, your most important point. But let me educate you for a minute. Could children be forced to do sports? As much as sports is great for social skills, leadership skills, physical and mental health, and stress levels, forcing kids to play the sports against their will is wrong. And it will make them very unhappy. If they feel under pressure or forced to participate, it will likely make them feel dispirited and resentful. If it's not an activity that they enjoy because they are children, you may leave them feeling inadequate, low in confidence, and in fact alienated. I was happy to see that you claimed to say you asked whether or not she was being bullied. If other things were going on, you claimed that you asked her siblings. But you know, sometimes when the matter concerns the parent that is questioning, you may find that you may not get very far because they may not necessarily want to broach the subject with you. The person who really ought to be investigating is the wife, if she cares, or if she has the strength to do it. As for me, see she a dress up about Valentine anyway and I go and I keep up appearances same way. Me still say she have water between her ears. You understand? If you're pushing your children towards playing sports when they have explicitly expressed that they wish to take a break from sports altogether, you need to question your motivation. You need to decide whether or not it's for your own personal reasons, as in you love sports and you expect your children to find the same enjoyment, or if it is for theirs. Now, it is wonderful that at least you have said that you'll allow them to explore others. But what if your child is not interested in any sport? And that little one look like say, if you force that little one too much, because she's very outspoken, she will rebel. And you may very well end up with yet another complaint about your manipulative ways. Let me tell you. There are so many other experiences that are beyond sports for a child that is not sportly inclined. Will stretch their talents and also give them other opportunities for team building, confidence, resilience, and all of that. You would not dare to step out of that narrow thinking to explore those for the sake of your child's happiness? All of a sudden, you seem to have written a handbook on being the best parent in the world. In my life, all you good parents, all you parents who are not so good. Anybody ever accuse you if you feel them up yet? May I ask you know? Anybody? I just want to know. I just want to know if anybody ever ask, ever go counselor go say want to touch them yet. Anybody? You are not the right person to come out here and tell anybody how to parent. You can only fool your audience, but you can't fool we. You cannot fool us. You know, I was listening to you and you are so convincing. And I said, this guy really has an understanding of what it really ought to look like as derived from his parental lessons, which he's regurgitating for the benefit of the audience. No, sir. But you know what I heard in that discourse? I heard a misogynistic, I heard a genderist, stereotypic perspective of male female dynamics within the household. As a man, you must be strong and you must stand up on your own 2 feet and you must provide for your family. And the mother and the wife must make sure the house is a home. Your mentality is backabush and backward and all the way against modern evolution. of what gender stands for. You are the kind of man that suppresses your wife's skills and abilities and makes her feel as though she is incapable without you. Hmm? Any man that makes you look as though you are incapable of doing it without them, no matter how much of an abusive individual they are, is straight up manipulative, and that's all I saw. And no good man does that. Because you see, had he presented this argument and him never say, and him say, boy, obviously, women, if you are in a situation where the father of your child turns out to be abusive, turns out to be, you know, a man that is not doing the right thing by you, you must find it within yourself to move out of that relationship and stand on your own 2 feet. However, the best case scenario is if you can have a wonderful, wholesome marriage. Wholesome marriage. Wholesome means mutual respect, mutual love. Wholesome means mutual support. Wholesome means commitment. Wholesome means forgiveness in the face of errors and adversity, but such that you do not undermine the trust between yourself and your partner. So don't come out here and paint no picture like say you're no pinnacle of knowledge when it comes to parenting and relationships. You're full of bullshit like crab. You understand me? You can talk the talk, but you don't walk the walk, and nothing come out of your mouth echoes with people of substance. Are only the people them will only wish and dream so them can have a chick child man or a piece of furniture. You're not impressive to me. All talk. All talk and no walk. So when I heard that speech, I thought to myself, you really aren't going to learn to shut your mouth, are you? You really ain't going to learn to shut up. Stop responding to us. Because we don't want to hear what you have to say. Because we don't say we here chat to. When you come out and talk about, although me not have to explain myself, ain't nobody care about your explanation. All of your stuff is lie. So we no business what you have to say, brother. We're only paying attention to make sure you're not scared again. You make it look like so we care what you have to say. We're not interested in no rebuttal or no explanation from you at all. You don't want our attention, don't call it. It's as simple as that. It's a hard for you to control yourself. You know how much days go by and we not talk about you. But you like it when we talk about you. So that is what I see. More than anything else. But anyway. Yeah, give me a synopsis of what good parenting is all about. Tell him where she can tell him about it was skin. I don't know why him a draw away attention to him for. You understand? Him should have just do him thing and do him like when him do him little video them and then little sitting with him brother. We look upon him. We don't look upon him. So when him a come on the top, we would have beat up him chest like say him learn anything in him little parenting class. There's a lot more to it than classes. Your classes help. But you need to get it right with all of them kids, not just the three that are biologically yours. And by the looks of things, you have ruined your chances of getting it right with the fourth one. They're still in damage control mode and they can only impress the simple minded. Talk, na man. Exactly. That's why when them come over here and I chat them foolishness, me tell them straight, this is not a CMR friendly page. No, don't come over here. I don't go over his page. Go type up nothing. You understand? So don't come type up anything. It don't make no sense. You just going to get blocked. It don't make no sense at all. We free to like and dislike who we want. And stand by who we want. Right here, so we stand with Jay. We don't stand with nobody else. So if you don't like it, you stay out. Thank you. Right next to that one, yeah. Yes. So, as I said, nothing wrong with sports, nothing wrong with making sure that your children are physically active, but also nothing wrong with stopping sports if your kids downright hate it and giving them other things to stretch themselves with. It's for you to explore that. There is chess. There is badminton, which is a type of sport. It's not as physically active. There is pool. There is so much stuff. And if it's an academic thing that they prefer, there are science clubs, there is art clubs, there is drama, there is so much other stuff that they can do. There are even engineering clubs for teens these days where they can put their computer or technological knowledge to use, build robots and all sorts of things. You know, them people that get paid when they become adults. You're talking about sports and look what sports did for you. Dude, look what sports did for you. You're talking about discipline. What discipline? Hello? Look at the multiple cheating rap sheet you got. You got no control, blood. So who are you saying have discipline? Oh, yeah, fool. No, sir. Brother, move here. Anyway, graduates, let's wind down with something a little bit more fun. Forget CMR for a while. We're gonna just carry on talking until a time for come off of this coming need for come off. And I'm just gonna say a quick thing. This time it's about two things really, because I was just gonna mention something about mackerel. First of all, big up mackerel. Big up mackerel. Congratulations to mackerel. Rate your mackerel. Mackerel, you show them say taps and roses is not just for wig, nails, outfit, partying, and mind man with it. And naming. Okay? You show them that you can put your taps and roses to good use. We love that. You angle your triangle, you build your house. Out of your taps and roses and your gifts. You show them how it's done. And on top of that, you keep your kin and you close your mouth and you lock it until you could have achieved it. Because you never chat out your business and then them go put stumbling block in your way. Big up yourself for that as a young girl with a disability like blindness. You show people that you can do more for yourself for the benefit of your child. Big up yourself for that. Yes, you did that without no man by your side, neither. At least no steady one that I know of. Big up yourself for that. So respect is due to mackerel. No, mackerel mother. This is what I'm going to say to you, Mama. Me no want insult you, because I don't plan to do that to nobody's mother. But your behavior towards your daughter was downright disrespectful and out of order. You should never have on that occasion of celebration come out with your mouth, starting to talk about all kind of bad things from the past. You should have allowed your daughter to have her damn moment. You should not have gone on anybody's live to come out and start talking left, right, and center about all of the things them with the girl do you in the past. This was not the time. You did out of order. And as a mother, you should have known better. You were supposed to be there to lift your daughter up in front of the world and say, look for me, gal. Look what she do with herself. Instead, you come out and you start tear down the little girl and you start say, what about me? I mean, I have no money. I look for me house. I mean, need things. You came out as a very bad mind mother, a covetous mother. And it coming like say, you never know, say, the stone where the builders refuse was going to turn around and be the head cornerstone. You never expect it. You write her off as she loves screw down the place she love man. You write her off as rebellious. You write her off as She worthless and all in good for to sit down on computer and taps her roses. And you never see the vision that that little girl had for herself because you were never a part of it. You was one of them mother day that when it get too hard, you throw to the side your own seed, your own blood. You understand? Rather than work with her, nurture her, discipline her, fight with her, but love her, help her through her mistakes, be there for her no matter what. Because all when that pit in them breed, you should have never put her out. You should have never turned your back on her. Hmm? You, mom, show that over harsh parenting don't work. It does. It shows that it don't work. That is the example that you have set. And when your daughter still turn out to be a diamond in the rough, you can't dance to the gods and celebrate her. You can't. You rather sit there and go on people live and tear the girl down. Something that you are supposed to be doing in private as a family. Say, boy, my daughter, me love how you do what you do. And you know, me want you to be happy and whatever. You can't even do that in a private, much less in a public. It was horrible to see. And when I listened to the reasoning, oh, she no want nobody know say me have to pick me and Ray and all of them something there. I don't understand. I don't understand why that had to go to some strangers to talk about. She give me a washing machine, it never even big. Excuse me? I'm blind. She should give me a big washing machine. She make the money and she want me to look after the picnic, so she's supposed to. What a day when grandmothers start demanding financial compensation for watching their grandkids, eh? While it is that, yes, you're not going to make them come and drain the grandmother pocket and whatever, it's not a barter situation. You shouldn't be bartering on the basis of that child. That if I keep the child, you have to learn a few grand in my hand today. Hmm? It's not a case that you keep the child all the time. Only on the occasions where it's necessary, like when she traveled to England. I guess you look at her and instead of seeing your successes, you see your failings. That when it is that you could have done more for yourself, because you are a talented lady. I saw you playing the piano. You didn't. Don't you realize sometimes blessings come via generations? And it is clear that your blessings came via her. And because you are looking God's gift horse in the mouth, you will miss out on the blessings that you ought to have received. But I pray that Mackerel will forgive you. I pray that Mackerel will forgive you. Because, as it says, children, honor thy mother and thy father so your days can be long on the earth. But likewise, as it says, parents don't provoke your children to wrath. Be better, man. Anyway, people, thank you so much for attending A Touch of Class with HTK. I hope you have enjoyed today's program and you've also found it thought provoking. It's given you something to think about, something to reflect on. Make sure that you like up the live and hit that subscribe button if you are new to my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell more than one time till you get the wiggly line then beside it, so that whenever I upload new content or I come live, you will receive your notification. Yes, thank you so much for attending class tonight, my graduates. Blessings to each and every one of you. Light up the chat with the purple hearts because you don't know we say J for J, Justice for all juveniles, Jamaicans for justice, here on social media. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out.